Extra time, 22 minutes gone. Low scoring match here at Port. Coburg leading. Eade to Langen. To travel 10. There's an unconventional hand pass. Deemed legal. Rennett's inboard to Kakua. Oh, brilliant pace. Beats Banfield. Inside 50. Squaring hand pass to Ingram. Back to Kakua. This could be a brilliant goal. But he's missed.
All clear.
And how often have we seen that? Wonderful lead-up play, only to be marred by just poor execution.
Well, at half-time, Sam, we've got the other Lebanese roving sensation in the competition, Saadi Ghazi, in the studio with the Kudabines. So we had Billy last week. We've got Saadi at half-time today. It should be terrific. Ball knocked away by Wiedemann. Here's Laurie. Playing a good game on half-back. Gumley tackled him. Driven forward by O'Neill. Reeves being swamped by Evans. Angwin. Met by Bolton. Coburg fans, yes, he has got up again. Angwin, heart and mouth every time he goes for one with that knee injury. Sheldon couldn't keep it in play.
And what a fine defence Coburg have. Here we see Ingram, I believe, relatively quiet. He's done a few good things at centre-half forward. There we see Langen early in the quarter kicking Coburg's first goal. He's been quite an active contributor. But that back line I'm so impressed with. Here we see Taranto running the ball out. They just link up so well. Allison doing quite well once again. Rennett's, well, he's had some 10-11 possessions. What other superlatives can you possibly employ to describe this wonderful player? He just keeps working, looking for more work, and, you know, just superbly skilled. And Michael Reeves, as I mentioned, is the best forward on the ground. His aerial work's been excellent. A couple of bad misses for goal, which have been costly. Here we see Ingram handballing over top to Reynolds. Some poor defence here from Brown in the full-back for Box Hill, opting to stay back with Weatherall as opposed to running out and putting some pressure on him and hopefully forcing an error. Zarafa kicking long to the square, and here we see Reeves doing a superb piece of work, farming the ball out to the alert Brown, who snuck one through.
Those goals took a while coming for Box Hill.
It did take a while. I mean, so all in all, it's an exciting game. I'm quite impressed with the skill level, and I believe it's still very much in the balance.
OK, Ross Booth at ground level.
Well, Coburg will kick with a strong breeze. Pretty blustery too. Phil Cleary unhappy with players at the foot of the pack for Coburg. Peter Francis and Des Herbert again had a bit of a say. Box Hill will try and defend this side. Coburg attack the commentary box side.
Des Herbert, chairman of selectors at Box Hill, and the brains on the bench while Peter Francis...
Certainly Allison in particular has gone a bit off the ball, and this guy on screen here, Francis, after kicking that superb goal, he's amassed some 14 possessions. Well, actually 18. He's had 14 kicks, but been a wonderful leader, and all his possessions all find a target. Here we see a wonderful passenger play with Kakua and Ingram combining, and Billy finally capping off his good hard work by kicking truly for goal. Here we see Allison snapping with his left hand, and Weatherall, who's been relatively quiet, although kicked 2 excellent goals here. 2 excellent goals he's kicked, and certainly kept them in the game, but they've really struggled up forward across that half-forward line. They just can't seem to penetrate Coburg, Brunswick's back line. And here we see Reynolds, and unfortunately him and Nimmo collided, and Zarafa, the ever alert, and he's played quite a good game up forward, Zarafa. Not so good around the ground, but certainly up forward he's been dangerous. Here we see a free kick paid to Bolton, and a superb long goal in this tricky breeze. And their kicking for goal has had a lot more, well, it certainly proved a lot more fruitful than it did in that first quarter, where they missed some relatively easy shots. And Reeves been a constant thorn in Coburg's backside. He's worked hard, not only the possessions he's amassed, but by the heavy work he's done by putting the defence under enormous pressure with his athleticism.
That was a goal kick by Weatherall, and 2 similar ones there from the boundary line. The Bananas, the only joy for Coburg in that quarter. They only kicked 2 goals in the first up until half-time. So plenty of thinking to do for the Coburg Brains Trust. At 3-quarter time, they trail by 27 points, 1 quarter of football to play here. And the man of the match is still very much up in the air, even though the game is looking Box Hill's way at this stage. Whatever our selection, jot it down on the back of an envelope, along with your name and address. Listen out at the end of the game for the man of the match, and then send the...
Kick the packs. You will see some of the highlights, and really in that opening 10 or 11 minutes they really did threaten danger. In fact, they kicked 3 goals. It was only a bad miss by Weatherall that stopped them from being in front.
And in fact, Cleary pinpointed that in his address. He said,
yep,
we were doing everything right in these first 10 minutes.
Kakura passed to Timmy Renitz, who started the quarter off well but was somewhat subdued. And then after that 11 minutes, well, then it was all Box Hill. Here we see Reece Langan snap truly on his left foot, and they got within 3 points. And then all of a sudden the floodgates open. Big Hocking to Zarafa. Out to the running Butterfin. Quick hands out to Preston, and snap truly. And that was the beginning of it.
Yes, the game changed right around then.
Yes.
Well, Ross Booth has also been listening a little closer to us, to the coaches. Roscoe.